Welcome back to Shenington. The Army Cadet Championship decider is up next. It's between Oliver York and Alex Quinn. And earlier in the day, Alan caught up with both of them.
Ollie, still got the two finals to go today yet, and we'll know more after final one. But these conditions today, are they suiting you?
Yeah, I think they'll really suit me because of my size. But yeah, we had a disappointing round at the last round. I got a little bit of a hit from behind and spun, and I ended up 15th in that final two, and I lost a lot of the points in that final, so it was quite disappointing, and I don't know what I could do.
It's been an exciting end to the season though. We've already seen the Coma Cadet race where you came out on top just a few weeks ago here on Motors TV, and again this weekend it looks like it's going to be between you and Alex again.
Yeah, last weekend was a really good high, and I think it boosted me up a little bit for this weekend, and to come from 14 points behind and win the championship, it's a really good effort.
Alex, final one and final two to go. A lot will depend on that final one, but the conditions at the moment are absolutely miserable. It's chucking down with rain. Does that suit you?
Well, I've been quite quick on Friday in the wet, and only 100 split us this morning in the warm-up, so it's going to be so close with joint on points from the heats as well. So
now the first final, obviously we're televising final two. The first final is important. If you finish in front of Oliver, you could then pretty much sit on his bumper in final two. You tie on points, but you would win on countback. Now you lost on countback in the Coma Cadet race. That was pretty gutting for you, I know. But this is the one everyone wants to win, isn't it? This is the official MSA British Cadet Championship, and this is the one with all the history that everyone wants to win.
yeah, this is the big one. I've won the LGM, and I just really want to get this one, just to round the year off. My last race in cadet as well.
So the championship comes down to this. Oliver York and Alex Quinn are the title rivals, and York is on pole from Alex Quinn in fourth. That's how they finished in the last race. They were tied absolutely level in the heats, and that means there's now just 6 points between them. If Quinn was to win, York would have to be fourth on the racetrack. They would be level on points again, but Quinn would win on countback. There's the situation. York has 709, Quinn has 703. It couldn't be closer. It comes down to this. And Oliver York has got the jump. Oh, we've got Alex McDade running off the infield, and a couple of other drivers going as well. That's the 36 there, Dominic Bush towards the back as well. So a little bit sloppy. Some of the drivers not having a great start. And up the inside comes Wilson to take on Wood. Oh, we've got more problems through the hairpin, but it looks like everybody just about getting through. Sean Butcher involved in that one. And it looks to me like Quinn has already made his way up into third position. So a good start from him. I have a feeling he's up in, yes he is, he's past Tom Wood, so up into third position. Now we've got this little buffer, and remember these guys are all in the same camp, they're all part of the Fusion Motorsport Brigade. Wilson is now a buffer between the two championship rivals, Oliver York and Alex Quinn. Quinn is a man on a mission here, he has to win this race, realistically, and that's not going to work well for him. Wood is up the inside. Thanks mate, I don't care about your championship battle, I want to win the final race of the year. So into third place he goes. This is not going well for Alex Quinn. He needs the positions between himself and Oliver York to twist around. He needs to have a complete rotation.
You know, you may remember a week ago these two battled for the Coma Cadet title. As we see places made up in the hairpin, they were battling for the Coma Cadet title. It was tied on points at the end of the final race of the season, and Oliver York won it on countback. They were tied on points, but all of the drivers can drop their worst score during the season, and in the case of a tie, then that worst score then comes into play. Now this time round, Alex Quinn has got a better worst score, if that makes sense. So if they do tie on points, and for them to do that, Quinn would have to win, York would have to come fourth, Quinn would then win the championship on countback. It's that close, but the way things are going here, this is nice for Oliver York. He's got Teddy Wilson in behind, bit of a gap back to Tom Wood, and this is not good for Alex Quinn. Alex needs to be in front of Oliver York, but York's advantage here means that even if Quinn was to get past York, York could literally just sit on his bumper.
Yeah, it's looking like Oliver York is very, very close to sealing the deal here. And as we said, of course, he won the Coma Cadet Championship on Countback a week or so ago. And that, of course, means that he's about to have a brilliant season. He's had an incredible year, as have all the drivers. We've had somebody just walking away from their kart there. Couldn't quite see who that was, but this race is going to produce quite a few retirements. It looks like we've had a bit more rain in between the races, so the track is actually a bit wetter than it was at the end of the TKM Extreme race. So that means, of course, that York is really going to have a job keeping Wilson behind him. Now, there's no team orders in karting, of course. Teddy Wilson will know perfectly that his teammate in front of him is gunning for the championship, but as far as he's concerned, he wants to win the race.
You may think as well, I wonder if Oliver York's had a word with Teddy Wilson and just said to him, you know what, if we break away and you pushing me away, when it comes down to the final few laps, I'll let you slide up the inside and take the win, because I'm interested in just the championship. They are teammates. It may well be that he may have had a chat with him, I don't know, but certainly Teddy Wilson, if he just sticks in behind Oliver York here and helps to push the two of them away from the karts behind him, it's a bigger gap now, and here comes Quinn up the inside. He knows he cannot allow that gap to get any bigger. He's got to go for it, and up the inside of Tom Wood. Wood will should really just try and push him along here, because Wood's sole purpose in this race, he's out of the championship contention now, is just to try and win, and if he's going to win, he's got to get up with the two out front. So you've got two at the front, then two in behind, and the 45 kart there is going to come under pressure, is out on his own completely. That's Zach Robertson, but big gap back to the karts in behind. They're being led by the 25 kart of Herbie Grouter, but Herbie loses the spot through the Stratford hairpin to the 79 kart. I think that's Lewis Thompson. Somebody running wide. 40 kart, not very happy. That's Ethan Hawkey, hand in the air. There is Lewis Thompson on the 79. That's the 60 kart in behind is Tyler Chesterton.
It's interesting, you were talking about Oliver York having a chat with Teddy Wilson. I wonder what Alex Quinn has said to him before the race. It's not looking particularly relevant now, because of course it's now Alex Quinn who's on the chase after these two, and Oliver York and Teddy Wilson have made up a bit of a gap. But if I know Alex Quinn, he is not done yet. He's going to fly after these two, and he has broken Tom Wood by about 2 kart lengths here. Let's take a look at this gaggle of karts, the other Fusion Motorsport boys at the back of this train. So a fairly entertaining day had by all. Here comes Robertson in the 45 towards us, trying to get a handle of who's first. That is Thompson, still leading the chase, but it doesn't look like he's going to hang on to it for long. This massive gaggle of karts. There's about 8 or so in the queue. And this really is the last opportunity, of course, for every driver this season to get a good result on the board, and it can be the difference between a good winter and a bad winter in terms of motivation, psychological confidence and preparation for 2014. Everybody wants to go out on a high, and you've got quite a few gaggle of drivers. That's the 17 making his push through, Johnny Edgar, who's had a pretty impressive season himself. British Open champion in Coma Cadet this year at Rowra in worse conditions than this. But obviously, as we said before, this is greasy, slippy conditions, which is really a driver's worst nightmare. You can't get the balance between wet or dry when it's somewhere in between. Here comes the battle for fourth. Robertson, Chesterton making the move. Grout looking to go with him. Oh, big lunge from Ethan Hawkey on the inside of Edgar, and McDade tried to go through as well. It's getting too close for comfort. Let's take a look at that again. Nice move from Hawkey. He gets through, but McDade just thinks, hang on, I can have a go. He clips Edgar, and Owen Byatt in the 38 has nowhere to go but into the back of them, and that's a very characteristic move in conditions like this. Drivers just see an opportunity and go, right, I think I can make it, so I'm going for it. And McDade perhaps needed to wait a tiny bit longer to make the move. It got a bit clumsy, and poor Owen Byatt got a face full of rear bumper. There wasn't much he could do about it. Meanwhile, York and Wilson still out in front, and again Quinn just cannot get away from Tom Wood and close in on these two. It's heaven sent for Oliver York, it's disaster for Alex Quinn, and there's a big enough gap between these pair of pairs that really is going to make the difference between the championship and second place. Chesterton has got himself up into 5th position. Another move up the inside. That's Thompson making his move back on the 45 of Robertson. So Robertson has suddenly plunged from 5th on the road to 8th on the road. It's not going well. Chesterton battling it out with Herbie Grout in the wet conditions here. These two are having a brilliant season finale, and this is exactly what we were talking about. It's all about confidence, and a good result in the last round of the season will definitely make that better off. So out of the final turn, onto Park Straight once again and into the first corner. Again, Quinn, he's only able to get about a kart's length or so ahead of Tom Wood. There's not much he can do from here. He's looking at the karts in front of him, and he just can't make up the ground. He's watching his championship disappear.
We're at the back end of this race, and it's all over for Alex Quinn. Unfortunately, he's going to be disappointed once more. It looks like Oliver York's championship. Here's the rest. Tyler Chesterton battling with Herbie Grout. 45 is Robertson, 79 is Lewis Thompson, the 40 kart there. Behind him was Ethan Hawkey. Here come the rest. The 96 going up the inside, 38 runs wide. 96 was Joe Turney, and 38 was Owen Byatt running wide. That's the second time he's been caught out in that hairpin. And here comes that move now at the back end of the race by Teddy Wilson. And I just wonder whether Oliver York has just allowed Teddy through there to take the win. It's a nice clean move by Teddy, but Oliver York needs to do nothing now. There's no doubt in my mind he's not going to go for the win here. Once Teddy's gone up the inside, Oliver York knows he is well clear of the rest. We're into the last lap. We come down runway now into Bruno Ferrari chicane on the last lap, and Oliver York is close enough if he wants to make a lunge, but there is no way he's going to, because if he gets caught out, it's championship over.
Yes, indeed. It's better to sit in second position behind a man who's going to end his season on a high than throw away a championship. York just following in the wheel tracks of Wilson. Yeah, he had plenty of time to make the move there, and he might have had space on the outside, but he's not going to. Wilson is going to take the victory. But the 2013 Army Cadet champion is Oliver York. They cross the line side by side. Wilson just gets it. Quinn is third, and that's a very disappointed man.
Alex, third place today, second in the championship. You were second in the Coma Cadet Championship as well. I know you're a bit disappointed, but it's been a good season for you nevertheless, don't you think?
Yeah, overall it's been quite good. Just a bit disappointed not to get the win like in the championship, but you know, I've got next year, so.
Ollie, 2013 MSA British Cadet Champion. That must sound really good to you.
Yeah, it's really good. The race was good as well. I said well done to Teddy, he did a really good race. We both pushed away at the start and just got a gap, and we just kept pushing and pushing to the line. And I'd like to say big thanks to Fusion Motorsport, my dad, my mum, my little sister and my brother, and Dan Hazelwood and Neil Duran for helping me out this year. It's really been a really good year. Thank you very much.
Teddy, congratulations, final round of 2013 and your first win in Super 1. You must be absolutely over the moon with that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's first win, as you said, first podium, and I ended up fourth in the championship. I was really happy in a sense.
Congratulations to Teddy Wilson, great final win, but there is the championship, just 8 points between Oliver York and Alex Quinn, with Tom Wood in third ahead of Teddy Wilson, young Cian Dewis and Johnny Edgar. There's two names you'll want to watch for in 2014, plenty more to come from them and plenty more to come from us here at Shenington, with the weather still changeable.